Alright, peace and greetings, YouTubers. Alright, let me get right through this video. Grammys 2013, a very, very long ceremony to sit through if you're not into all the genres that are on TV. Alright, so basically, if you were a country and folk fan, this was your night. This was like the best night ever because somebody was at the Grammys tonight. It was really like, honestly, the Grammys had more country acts than the CMAs or the CMT Awards, whatever you call it. Like, man, I really appreciate all the genres and I respect country and I love country for the fact that it's very genuine. But damn, after 2 hours, I was like, if I see one more damn guitar, like, the Guitar Center was out of stock tonight because between the hours of like 8:30 and 10 o'clock, it was just straight country and folk. I was like, you got to give me something. But it was a fairly decent award show. As far as the musicality, it was a great show. But if you're somebody who wanted to see a lot of the other genres, this wasn't really your night. I don't think all the genres were really represented. But at the same time, a lot of the genres haven't been doing that well commercially. So I can see why they weren't really a part of the show. But Lord, that was such a long award show. It felt so long. I felt like I was sitting through X Factor. You know how X Factor kind of just holds you hostage all night? That's what I felt like. By the time it was 10 o'clock, I was like, dang, man, we still got an hour and 30 minutes of this show. And I think because they had such a flood of country, folk, and bluegrass, after a while, you started losing track of who was on stage. I was like, oh, didn't I just see this performance? Who was this again? So after a while, I just stopped caring. I was tuning out. I was half asleep. But I said I was going to get through this video. But, you know, Lord, it started feeling like sitting through PBS during prime time. I said, I can't do this. Anyway, Taylor Swift opened the show. It was a Taylor performance. It was cool, I guess. I'm not big on Taylor's live performances. Actually, I'm not big on Taylor at all. But, you know, Taylor had a nice little performance. I'm glad she's starting to come into her own as a performer. She still doesn't do enough to my liking for me to really appreciate her, because I'm like, I still don't think, as far as a live performer, you could put her in the same room with somebody like Carrie Underwood, or hell, even Shania back in the day. But Terry does her thing. Frank Ocean, I think he won 2 awards, maybe even 3, I don't know. But I think he won 2 that was televised, and he performed, I forgot what song he performed, but Frank, bruh, I appreciate your creativity, and you're a great producer, but I don't know what happened tonight. Those vocals, Frank, I support you in what you do, but I don't know if Chris punched you in the throat when y'all had that little fight in the parking lot a few weeks back, but man, look, you can't be struggling and you only singing in your head voice, alright? You get that together, alright? But the visuals were really nice, and I appreciate that you're a very humble person, and you're kind of weird too sometimes, just even the way you talk, but, you know, Frank, I was happy he won a few awards. He deserved his awards. Channel Orange is still a nice project. That live performance, I was like, what key are you in? And then on top of that, my thing is, if you're playing the piano, you have no excuse not to be in key, because you're guiding yourself through the song. I used to have to tell that to Alicia Keys all the time. I think she finally learned tonight. What else happened? Elton John performed like 6 times. It's Elton John. I won't say a single bad word about Elton, because Elton is a legend. Adele won an award. It was kind of funny, though, because I think Adele, she had won an award for Set Fire to the Rain. I was like, dang, look at Adele still winning winning awards for a song from 2 years ago. Go ahead. I know Rihanna was looking at her like, don't touch me. All right. Fun performed, and they had me nervous though, because they were singing the song or whatever, and then, you know, that water started coming down, and I'm just sitting here waiting for somebody to get shocked and electrocuted, because, you know, I don't play with electronics and water, but they just kept singing. I was like, we're going to find out. If somebody get fried, it's going to be some good TV. Maybe I might actually wake up during this award ceremony. Miranda Lambert, I think she performed. I can't remember. After a while, they all started blurring and they started being the same. So if she performed, I'm guessing it was cool. I don't ever say anything bad about the country performers, because they usually know how to sing. Now, let me tell you what pissed me off. Miguel, I believe he was nominated for Song of the Year. So I felt that since he was nominated for Song of the Year, they would have at least let him perform a full set. So, you know, when they said performance by Miguel, it's like, okay, cool, let me see. Miguel's cool, his CD was alright, let's see how this goes. They give him like the 2-minute special, no band, here's your DJ backing track. Oh, and then Wiz Khalifa came out there with his shirt half open, and, you know, after 2 minutes he was off stage. I was like, that's kind of jacked up. You know, if you're nominated for Song of the Year, you should at least be able to perform. That would be like the 94 Grammys when Whitney opened it up with I'll Always Love You. Okay, that's like saying, well, Whitney, we know you have Song of the Year, but we're not going to give you the full song. So instead of her doing the whole I'll Always Love You at the opening, how about she just does 30 seconds of I Have Nothing in between them presenting Mariah and Tony Braxton in award or some crap. It didn't look right. It was kind of shady. And seeing that R&B was really underrepresented this year, they could have at least Hold on. They could have at least let, you know, the R&B acts kind of get some shine. Dang it, my computer's doing the most tonight. Alright. Oh, let me see. Johnny Depp came out. I don't know if he was high or not, but he was talking about something. I had zoned out. And then Mumford & Sons performed. Mumford & Sons is great. They're on this big giant world tour, and I think they sold like 600,000 copies their first week. But I was so tired, and overall the country and folk and bluegrass acts, I just couldn't take anymore. They were great though, I'm sure, but I think I went to the bathroom and I don't know, I think I brushed my teeth or something. Justin Timberlake performed. He actually performed 2 songs. He did the Suit and Tie song, and I don't know what the new song was, but that other song was that was a good song. Whatever song that second song was, I said you better get it. See, Justin went straight from being Robin Thicke and went into Maxwell. I said okay. Now you know what I find funny? Seeing that R&B right now is at a state where it's not getting played on the radio. I'm sure those type of sounding songs are going to start getting played on the radio, but only by certain artists. So as long as you look like Justin, you'll probably get your song played on the radio if you want to start going into R&B. Just so you know, if you haven't noticed. But I appreciated Justin for having a full band and the brass instruments. That was great. I appreciated that. Oh, Beyonce looked really nice, even though her and Ellen, I was a little thrown off, and I don't know if she was struggling to read that teleprompter or not. But I think that was Ellen just distracting her. Kelly Rowland, eye candy of the night. Her and J-Lo. When J-Lo came out showing that little piece of thigh out of that dress, I guess she was like, okay, y'all told me I can't wear nothing too revealing, but let me just show a little piece of this left thigh. So I said, okay, J-Lo. Alicia Keys. Now, when they announced Alicia was performing, I always get nervous when it's time for Alicia, because Alicia is very talented on the piano and a very talented songwriter. And vocally, she can be very hit or miss. And something like Girl on Fire is a very hit and miss song with her to perform, because it's a very high song in like her higher register. So I was really glad when she dropped the key like 3 notches down and sang it way down here in the pocket. I said, good job, Alicia. So it was nice. She didn't strain. It wasn't painful sounding. I was like, good job, Alicia. It was good. So I said, all right, Alicia, I'm going to let you have that. Now, she was kind of doing the Sheila E. playing on the percussion, but I said, okay, I'll take it. Kelly Clarkson. Now, let me tell you what made me laugh. When Kelly won that award and she didn't know who Miguel was, and she was, Miguel, I don't know who the hell you are, but wherever you are, we need to do it. I said, now, Kelly, you and Miguel are on the same label. See, that's how relevant R&B is at the moment. You know, it reminded me of the time when Lauryn Hill had won Album of the Year at the 99 VMAs, and Paul McCartney was the one presenting the award, and he didn't really know who she was, so he's like, oh, and the winner is some guy named Lawrence Hill. I said, see, this is why Lauryn went crazy, because she couldn't even get no respect when she was winning up all the awards. But, sorry, Miguel, maybe one day you might actually be relevant to pop culture, but I will say, Adorn, I think, peaked at 19 on the Hot 100, so we're getting there. So people be messing with Miguel and clowning him for that Anita Baker haircut, but you know, he's one of the few R&B acts that even had like any mainstream success this year, or at least in 2012. I mean, I don't know, but it is funny. Y'all on the same label now, Kelly. Come on. And speaking of Kelly, Kelly freaking did a great job with that tribute. She sang the hell out of them damn songs she sang. I like Kelly. Like Kelly and Pink. Those are my 2 that I'm feeling right now. Out of the blonde hair mob. But those 2, they really go in. And you know what? I don't appreciate everybody else keep going in on Kelly Clarkson and her weight. I'm like, look, leave Kelly alone. As far as I'm concerned, Kelly's always been a heavier girl. She had her 9 months of being skinny during the breakaway era, but Kelly's always been a little bit heftier. I'm like, hell, if that help her sing better, look, if that extra grease around her throat is helping her sing better, I ain't mad, because she'd be tearing it up here. Between this and that inauguration, Kelly can do no wrong in my book vocally. Like, Kelly, I F's with you the long way, alright? So y'all can talk about Kelly and her weight, but it seemed like the big girls are the ones doing it, alright? Adele and her 25 million copies sold. Rihanna was there. She performed. Actually, Rihanna, you know, I don't give Rihanna too many props vocally, but Rihanna actually did a very decent job. She sang a very safe song, and she did a good job of singing it. You know, with Rihanna, I'm always checking to see if there's gonna be some bad notes, but you know, she had her clothes on and she looked wholesome, and she sang, and I appreciated it. Now, I don't really like that song, and I don't appreciate her. Okay, this is the issue. Now, you guys know, if you follow me and Rihanna, we're repatching our relationship, because I hated her for like the last 5 years. But I did get unapologetic. And on unapologetic, see, I'm tired because I can't even get my words out. There's this song called What Now? And for some reason, Rihanna will not acknowledge this damn song. And I'm like, Rihanna, that's probably going to be your next #1. But Rihanna, if y'all don't know that, check out that What Now song. Because she get the gun. I don't know what to try. I don't know how to cry. I don't know what to say. I don't know why. I said, sing Rihanna. But for some reason, she don't want to claim that song. So she sang some other song, Stay, whatever it was. It was cool. I was kind of scared for her, though, when Chris lost that award. I was like, Rihanna, when you get in that car, you better sit quietly and not say a word. But, sorry, Chris, I ain't mean to go there. But, yeah, look, I was scared for... I wish you both the best. The Dream, Lord. Okay, when Frank Ocean, Jay-Z, and The Dream won that award... I don't know if The Dream thought it was still 2001 and that rap was still running everything in the music industry and you could just go up there and look like anything, but The Dream, there's a reason why there weren't too many of us at the Grammys tonight, alright? So, the last thing I needed you to do was go up there and look like a damn fool to make the rest of us look stupid, alright? That's why I kind of laughed when Jay-Z made the little swap meet joke, but The Dream, get that together. I didn't even know that was you. Like, that's how stupid you looked. Okay? Get that together. I know your marriage was a mess and you don't do a good job of taking care of your kids and all, but you produce some great tracks. So can you look like some of the multi-million-dollar money you've raised for these labels and not come out there looking all raggedy and... Lord, it's the Grammys. You saved that award. That's the BET Awards attire. Well, not even BET Awards. The BET Hip Hop Awards attire. Alright? I don't know what you had on, but get that together. What else is on this computer? I'm about to go to bed. Y'all got me tired, y'all. Okay, and then I think, who else? The Black Keys performed, and the Lumineers, and Jack White, all these great acts. Honestly, the Grammys felt like when you go to the company Christmas party and the boss's 34-year-old live-at-home son is in charge of the music. That's what it felt like this year. It just dragged on, and after a while, all these acts started just merging together, and I couldn't tell the difference between any of them. But anyway... The Bob Marley tribute was really good. I appreciated Bruno Mars. He did great. Rihanna came out and sang again. She looked nice. Ziggy and Damian Marley came out. Sting, of all people, came out. That was kind of cool. I haven't seen Sting in forever. And Sting can do no wrong in my book. Sting's a legend, too. So, you know, that was a great tribute. Really great. They were getting funky in there. I was like, it's about time we livened it up in here because it was a little dead. Because, you know, all the folk groups, they don't really use drums. It's a lot of, you know, guitar and strings and... you know, a little bit of percussion, but they don't use a lot of bass drums and stuff, so there wasn't a lot of thumping in there tonight. It was real quiet. It was, Lord, probably could have held the ceremony at the freaking Metropolitan Opera House. But, who else? Carrie Underwood performed. She did a great performance. It was cool what the lighting did with her dress. You know, Carrie can do no wrong in my book either. Oh, and then LL Cool J closed the show and performed with Chuck D. And, that was cool. By then I had turned it off. That is like my summed up version of the Grammys. I didn't spend a lot of time going into detail about too much because I wasn't that moved this year. Kind of dry. It was half and half, you know. But it just goes to show, it just depends. Depending on what musical genre is the current selling point at that time and day, it's basically going to showcase what's going to be at the Grammys. So, you know, I know a lot of R&B hip-hop fans were complaining, but honestly, this is how a lot of people felt back in '95 when basically the Grammys was nothing but the R&B show. So... you know, that's just how it goes. Fortunately, BET Honors comes on tomorrow, and I was there. So, I can't wait to actually review that ceremony. At least it'd be something I'd be interested in. But Grammys, I say, it was a decent show for what it was. I was half asleep. Y'all need to diversify just a tad bit, you know. But whatever. And I didn't know Rihanna had 7 Grammys. Somebody should have told me that. I didn't know. I thought she had like 2 or 3. So now at this point, Rihanna has more Grammys than Mariah. She has more Grammys than Toni Braxton. She has more Grammys than Janet. I don't know how I feel about that. But, you know, Rihanna, you bad. School me. You do you. Oh, and Beyonce has 17 now. So, I'm sure we'll hear about that too. Beyonce got a Grammy for Love on Top, which I like to call Vocals on Top, because that's a very vocally challenging song to sing, and she ate it. But anyway, I'm going to bed. Subscribe. Good night.